welcome to the second week of At the Post Live. Thanks everybody for coming down to party last. Thanks for listening at home. Got a great crowd here. Thanks everybody for being here. Really, I mean, today is one of those days you just look out and think, I'm in the best place in the world. And not only am I in the best place in the world, I'm here with one of the best guys in the world, Kendrick Carmouche. Thank you. Kendrick, you must have left the jocks for about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm so hungry.
I see you.
Cheeseburger.
Really? How was it?
Oh, really good.
Good. Flying less. Nice to be in Saratoga, right?
Oh, always.
So, how's Saratoga treating you so far?
Saratoga treating me good. It's all about hard work and riding smart races. You can be successful up here.
You're a smart guy. You're a real thinking man's rider. You are. You are. No, you are. I mean, I know everybody knows it, right? So you come now. Let's start out. Let's start at the beginning. How did you get involved? How did you get involved with riding? Family?
Family. My dad was a jockey for 16, 17 years. They call him the fog jockey. We all should know that by now.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
It's all good. You know, it helps the story.
Funny things happen in the fog.
Yeah, you know it. But I always wanted to be a jockey. I just followed my dad every step that he took. If he took 2, I took 3. You know, it was bound to happen. That was my goal at life, and it's very amazing to come from Louisiana and to be in New York, where I knew it would take me a while to get here, but with people that love you and good family and wife and kids and loved ones around you,
Family's here.
I mean, it's a blessing. I mean.
So when did you start riding? How old were you when you first started getting on horses?
Oh, man, I was like 10 years old. I was breaking babies.
Really?
I was breaking quarter horses.
Down in Louisiana?
In Louisiana for my dad. My dad had broke his arm and his neck, so, you know, we had to man up and take over for a while.
You were riding quarter horses when you were 10 years old?
Oh, yes. We jumped in the stall with him. Daddy said, go ahead.
That must have been kind of rough.
Scary.
Now, did you ride, when did you start riding in sanctioned? Did you ride unsanctioned races? Louisiana's a little wide open, right?
You know, I rode on the bush track one time. I never broke out the gate. Never galloped horses that long, but I always broke babies, but my dad never allowed me to gallop because he wanted me to learn how to control them first. So the first time I ever went to the bush track, I mean, it was scary. It's unbelievable. My dad can't get in the gate with me. I never broke out the gate. He said, this is what you do. 4 horse field, I broke out the gate. Finished 4th. I told my dad I never want to do it again.
Here we are.
Here we are.
So I guess that changed. I guess you decided to do it again.
Oh no, it never changed, Andy. I didn't want to ride in the bush track anymore. No rules, man. It's not fun.
What is the definition of a bush track, essentially?
I mean, it's not illegal. It's not legal, you know. So that's the best way to put it.
Okay.
So you know, every man and every woman is for themselves whenever you're out there on the bush track, you know.
Right. But they don't have stewards, I'm guessing.
No stewards. They only got a camera guy, and the guy that's pulling the gate, he might be your buddy or your dad.
Or not.
Or not.
So when did you start riding? Where did you first ride?
I started riding in Delta Downs. I rode like 2 races. Soon when I turned 16 years old, I was ready to ride. I mean, they gave me my license the same day when I rode. I went to Delta to Evangeline, rode for a little while, then I left. Evangeline went to Shreveport for maybe 2 months. And an agent called me to go to Sam Houston. My dad and mom told me never pass up on the opportunity. Never know if you get it again. So went to Sam Houston for 2 months. Stayed there for 2 months. Jack Service, John Service, dad called me. It was dead of winter. Never forget it. Like tomorrow. He said, you want to come to Philadelphia Park? I packed my bags. I said, I'll be on the flight next week. When I got to Philadelphia Park, I was turning 17 years old a week later, and it had a foot of snow. And I'm from Louisiana. We make our snowmans out of ice. And I called my mom. I said, Mom, I don't know about this. She said, you want a good career? I said, yeah. I said, all right, I'm good. Love you, Mom.
17, so you're not quite 17, and you still 7 pound or bug?
Oh, I was still a 7 pound bug.
How long ago was this?
2001.
And how'd it go there? You stayed there all the time, right? I mean, did you stay there straight from then on?
No, I lost the bug. Then I went to Charlestown, and a lot of people might not believe me, but Charlestown, West Virginia is the best track in my eyes because it taught me how to ride races, when not to be in the hole, when to be in the hole, and they had a lot of good aggressive bull ring riders. So by the time I left Charlestown to make it back to Delaware, I was prime and ready just to ride with, Ramon Dominguez, Jeremy Rose, Jose Carabao. I can go on and on. I mean, McCarthy. I mean, they might have not made it to New York, but they taught me enough to get where I needed to be in New York.
And Ramon did make it.
Yeah.
One of the greatest riders in the history of horse racing.
Yes, sir.
And one of the nicest guys in the history of the world. One of the nicest people who ever met me. I miss Ramon all the time, especially in the winter. I love seeing Ramon there. I love talking to him. He's a great guy.
Good people, good guy, good family guy, good dad, all around guy. So much class.
Much less chess being played in Jock's room at Aqueduct since Ramon left. You work on your chess game? You're right.
Nah, my chess game is right on this turf course y'all have in New York.
Well, don't talk. So you didn't. Well, Parks had a turf course, but I have to think that's one of the biggest changes for you. Though Delaware had a turf course as well, but New York, we have so much turf racing.
When I tell you, it took me until this year. I've been in New York for 3 years, and it took me until this year to figure out Belmont turf course. I'm not used to jockeys grabbing.
Well, you're not a grabber. That's why I love you.
I don't grab horses. I don't take them out the rhythm. Let them run free. I mean, it's called horse racing and jockey racing for a reason, So after the second year in New York, matter of fact, I was cutting my hair one day across the road at Belmont, and Jose Santos walked in. And I say, Santos, I'm a student in that game always. I was like, man, tell me how to ride the turf course. He said, Kendrick, I rode the turf pretty good, but you need to go watch Gary Stevens in his day when he was at Belmont Park. And, man, I went home, watched probably 100, 200 replays of everybody, and he was right.
He's a great rider.
He was right. He said, just be clear. Don't let them guys trap you inside, because they won't let you out.
Now, the tracks, turf courses at Belmont are very tricky, especially the inner. I find just watching the mile and 16th races on the inner, where you basically take a left, you go sort of uphill, and then you take a left turn pretty quickly, right?
Yes, and for a jockey to leave out the chute and make that turn, and you calculating in your mind how fast you're going, and you should grab him or still let him run free. It's pretty complicated, It's not really easy. Whenever I leave there now, I always like to leave my horse on the left lead when we turn on the backside where he can stay relaxed. Because if you switch him over, he's gonna get aggressive with you, and you don't want that. Because now you're gonna go 47-4 at Belmont, unless it's in the middle of the summer and it's really fast. I'm gonna let him rip,
Summer gets a little bit more. No, it is a tricky course. I mean, you have all these different courses to ride, and different kind of dogs and mile and 8th races. You have that turn so fast. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy. What really got me was the 6 furlongs and the 7 furlongs. I mean, we don't do that on the smaller racetracks, So really, whenever you leave there, you want to shuck on one. You really don't want to shuck on them. You really just want to break good, tuck in, and wait.
So when you ride, because you really are, I think, there are a lot of times, as much as any rider in New York, where you can influence the result the way you ride in a positive way. Do you think about other riders, horses they're on, and think about what other riders are going to do, or are you mostly thinking, this is what I want to do?
To be honest, I've been in New York for 3 years. I pretty much know every horse that's on the racetrack, what they're gonna do, or what jockeys that's on them. Because it all depends on the jockey that's on the horse that you can influence to go with you or get him into it and take back. That's half the battle. Then after that, you gotta ride him home from there. It's a jockey race at Belmont seemed more to me than letting the horse run its own race.
Really?
That's what it seems to me since I've been in New York, because them guys in New York, listen, I've been on small tracks for 14 years. These guys up here, they know where they at on the racetrack. And I learned more in the last 3 years than I wrote in the last 14 years being a journeyman rider. You just got to switch everything up.
Who are the riders that you admire the most, both present and in the past?
My favorite jockey that I love, when I see him, I get tears in my eyes just looking at him. A lot of people might not know him, but he was in Maryland. Mark Johnson, man. He was tall like me. He laid down on the horse. I really admired him. New York, I like Johnny. Johnny like playing defense. He's a defense guy, you know. You never see Johnny inside. Johnny always pursuing the race, making people do things they shouldn't do. And they say Jerry Belly was the same. Jerry never tucked in. Jerry always moved. Then he slowed back down, got everybody in the pocket, then he left. That's Johnny move. I love it. He made me better in New York.
Did you watch him ride, and some of these riders ride before you came here, and now you're sort of riding against them? Did you sort of think about riding with them?
Oh, yeah. Before I came to New York, I studied any and everybody at this racetrack. And even when they came to parks, they had to come to my house, so they had to beat me. So I pretty much knew where to be and where to put them on my racetrack. So in order for me to come to New York, I had to go sit in their living room and watch what they do.
Well, you are the most adept at picking up biases of any rider that rides in New York. I'm not saying other guys don't do it, but nobody picks up on it as quickly as you do. Do you think riding in parks has something to do with that? Because they often have dead rails, and then sometimes they change.
Well, I've never been to a racetrack that back Harrow's racetrack in New York. So when they back rake a track, you can't send horses because they don't grip it because it's back rake. So now you got to sit and make one run. Belmont, you catch the first couple of races, you can't send horses. The track dead, so you got to make sure you go around. Later towards the day when the sun goes down and the water comes out the track, now you can send. It's the same at Monmouth Park when Monmouth used to have the pond in the middle. The turf used to be real soft, so you couldn't send that much until they redone it. Now you can send everything because now you don't have to worry about the track giving up on you. They keep running. Wow. Philly Park,
Good stuff, right?
Philly Park.
Stuff.
Philly Park, the only time you could have ride the rail was in the winter. You couldn't ride the rail throughout the year because it wasn't no good. You had to go around. So in Maryland was the best. You just had to sit and wait because they have good clay in their track. The horses always finish on their racetrack.
You know why? Because Glenn Kozak was in Maryland before he stole away to New York.
Well, that's a good thing.
Oh, it's a very good thing, no question about it. They say that everybody's replaceable. Glenn Kozak's not replaceable. He's a genius.
A lot of things in life are not replaceable.
Glenn for us is the one guy to replace. So, coming to Saratoga, when did you first ride here? Did you ever ride here before you came to ride New York full time?
Yeah, I shipped in a couple of times, but it always was like intimidating to me, so.
I don't see you as an intimidated guy.
Well, you might not think that, but when you're a small jockey and you come and see these guys and you're in their house, you just want to sit on the sofa with them. But now since I'm here, I'm a part of it.
You are a part of it, a big part of it, a positive part of it.
So, I really don't get nervous anymore being around them. When I'm in the race, I know what they're going to do. So it's all about the flow of things.
Saratoga, to me, Saratoga is the most special place in racing. And you just look at the number of people that come here to see us tonight. And to me, there's no more special place, or at least around that I've ridden to than Saratoga.
Yeah, Saratoga is so beautiful. The best thing that I like, because I'm a talkative person, I like meeting everybody, saying good morning. I might not know you, but I'm going to say good morning to you and have a blessed day because that's how I was raised. And truthfully, I just want everybody to have a good day. We wake up every day, we should be thankful and blessed. Everything else is a plus.
Now, are you going to I don't know if anybody knows this, but word has gotten out. There's a fundraiser for the PJF, the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund, on Saturday from 1 to 3 at Saratoga, and there's a dunk tank. And I'm going to be going to dunk. I'll be going first. I'll be in the dunk tank for about 20 minutes or so at 1 o'clock. Are you going to be doing that, or are you trying to dunk me?
I tell you what, you're going to have a line, bro.
Listen, let me tell you, I think you're charging $10 a throw. I think you guys should raise the price for it. What do you think?
And you can put it whatever price you
It's up to
want.
you guys, you know. I want to raise the money for a very, very good cause.
Well, hey,
Now, I think like the ride. What do you think would be the most we get out of riders? Who do you think would pay the most to throw to me? I think Eric can't sell his lining up to throw. I got to think he's dying. Right?
well, after today winning for Zilla State,
Yeah. Nice ride.
nice ride,
Yeah, nice horse. Congratulations.
and
I never get that horse right. I used to like him, but now he's gotten really good. He does a great job.
oh, very good job. He's not an inner track horse; he's an outer track horse. We know that.
Any kind of horse, that horse. So what do you think we should charge for that? I think $50 is probably you guys. People pay $50 for a chance to dunk me, right? Oh, and I'm going to torture them too. It's going to be awful.
They asked me to get in there, so
You're not doing it?
I'm gonna throw the ball in there. I'm gonna throw
Who's doing it besides me?
You might be the only one.
Come on. Come on. I don't have 2 hours.
No, I jump in.
I'm sure you're a game. Kendrick.
I don't swim too good though.
I don't think it's that deep.
Okay.
I don't think you're too much. I'll jump in to save you.
Okay, you good. No, I'm gonna wear my little floaties.
Right, I should go. I should show one of those old swim outfits. Anyway, Kendrick, thanks so much for doing this. Appreciate you having me. Stay with us as we come right back. At the Post Live is brought to you by Championship Friday of the Breeders' Cup. Come see champion Billy Songbird take on the world in this stack. Great seats remain for the Breeders' Cup Friday. Log on to breederscup.com/tickets. We'll be right back.